Okay, and we are back. Um, Sorry for the technical difficulties. There's a lot of rain here. I don't know how long it's been going on, but thank you guys for sticking around. We're still going to continue the conversation. Um, Let me see. All right, yeah, all right, we're looking good. Um, but yeah, continue on, Rita. Let's go back to that what you were saying earlier. Um, about female DJs and stuff.
Yeah, I was yeah saying that like female DJs a lot of time all over sexualized,
Mm-hmm.
especially not in the dance community, but when it comes like to outside. And I think like sometimes it's playing like against us. There is like some female DJ who just stay in the bar with the cocktail and in the dress and just do
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And
Right.
then it makes people think that all female DJ, yeah, exactly, like this. Oh,
She's like,
and then
you know what it is.
yeah.
That's
So
my
I
shtick.
think it's but I think it's also very important to see representation. Like for me, the game changer was when I saw like in the club I was DJing in China. They invite DJ Emmy. She's a Red Bull 3-star champion in France.
Wow.
She was like killing it and all night, and I was playing after her and I was staying next to her set, and she's a crazy turntablist and yeah, like sponsored by Pioneer, and like I was like shit, like, and it's my first time I saw like another woman DJ so close, like, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, and yeah, like I follow her. Like, she's a big girl. In previously
Uh-huh.
she's big girl, but now I think she's mostly DJing. And yeah, like it was a big inspiration and big game changer for me, like to see someone who is killing it like that, and woman, and yeah, and I still like we are still in touch with her, and yeah, it's really
Mm-hmm.
dope. Follow DJ Emmy.
That's awesome. Yeah, link it. At the end of this, we're gonna link all the people we've talked about. We're gonna drop their socials and their SoundClouds and whatnot in the YouTube description and in our Instagram posts. Look forward to that. After this discussion. Um, but yeah, Rita, continue on. Did you want to talk about anything else, or did you want to
Yeah.
move on to questions? Or
Yeah, I wanted actually to move on to questions if we have some.
yeah, we have time.
So everyone can ask some questions, and if not, I have questions as well.
Sure.
And we like summarize the our talk. All right, until we're waiting for questions, so maybe you can tell what is your plans for the future. Do you have any projects upcoming or gigs, or yeah, where people can find you?
Mm-hmm. Maze.
Well, I got a few weddings coming up, so
Nice.
that's nothing. Nothing I think anybody just could just pop into, unless you're a wedding crasher, and that's always fun. Um, um, no, I have a few dance events that I'm kind of like starting to finalize and everything.
Mhm.
Definitely gonna do Hot Zone again this year, so
Dude,
we'll be doing that.
when are you planning to do Hot Zone?
So we're thinking either first week of October or it'll probably be sometime in December. We just don't want to clash with anybody else.
Right, and
Um,
that's always important. Yeah.
yeah. And like yeah, that's a whole other can of worms. But yeah, definitely doing that. And other than that, man, if you're looking for a DJ in the States, uh, you know,
Trying to point to
whichever
you in
I
the
don't know which
screen
way I'm
right
at.
here.
I think, you know, all fingers lend to me. Be like, yeah, if you're looking for a DJ in the States, I work well with budgets, um, and I show up early, right?
Right,
So
on time. Yep.
yeah,
Early.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I show up like hella early, so I'll probably be there before you are at your own
That's
venue.
good.
So yeah, so just weird like that. And also I have some mixes that I'm gonna be working on.
Ooh.
A lot of people don't realize this, right? But like, even though like I do a lot of battles and I do a lot of like popping um, battles. My thing is I like to play Afro beats,
Ooh.
right? So
Yeah.
Um, that's just my thing. I love Afro beats. I love early 2000s hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And I love house music. Um,
House music
so
is
like we're
so
trying to
fun.
right. So we're actually trying to like figure out like if we can make like an Afro beats battle
Mm-hmm.
um here in Arizona. So once we figure out when we want to do that, that'll be dope. So yeah,
Awesome.
those are my plans.
Sick. Um, I guess for me, I just got done with a gig. I wouldn't call it a gig. I just call it, our social events with the Wild Sevens. I have one tomorrow with with my Feel Good brothers, the Feel Good Collective. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Shout outs to Donovan. Shout outs to Peter Lee, and the whole rest of the gang. Sean, Drizzy, all them. Um, but future gigs that I'm shooting towards is, I'm hoping to get in touch with my brother Haya or Monster Pop, and trying to, spin at Jack of all trades. That's been one of my favorite jams to watch, or like events.
Oh,
And that
Yeah.
they only, not that they only, but like, they curate the event. Like Haya is all about creating the vibe and curating it. He selects specific people to put, in the circle, like around the circle, like, because if you're not getting hype for the dance, he's like, go to the back. But if you about the energy and you're gonna be excited, because it's gonna be displayed, to the whole world. And if it's boring crowd, because you guys know, like when you watch a video and it's just a dead crowd, you're like, this video sucks. But when you see people reacting like crazy, like they're going, you know all that, doing the stank face, that's what, that energy is reciprocated through the video, within YouTube and Instagram and stuff. And that's what uh I'm looking forward to. That is that those future events, like some of my goals. And I set it as, like, before I stepped away from music, like one of my goals was to DJ like summer jam, or summer dance, and or juice debut, or going to Osaka night, in Japan, like events like those, I look to like strive towards, right? But, there's like a building process, right? You got to work your way towards it. You got to connect with people. You got to, shake this person's hand. You got to release this music and try to get the universe's energy, and put that spotlight on you to be like, yo, I'm right here, And so, those are the events I look forward to trying to DJ, but yeah, I mean, that was my passion back then, right? And I think now it's like I want to do particular music, right? And so I'm gonna be making music specifically to try and drop at Jack of all trades, because they have the waves or undulation, all the different categories, right? Like ram and effects. Like I want to create all the music that is for that event, right? So it'd be fun. It's a challenge to me too, as a producer. So to drop those and be inspired by the dancers, it's going to be a fun time. But anyways, yeah, that's my future plans that I want to get to.
hashtag
Hey.
10 man for Jack of all trades
No,
2024.
I'll just hit up Haya
Yes.
real quick. I'll hit up
Yeah,
Monster.
actually, I was DJ in one event where Haya was judging like a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, and yeah, it was pretty cool, like to meet him like in person, and yeah, it was like I also attend his like workshop
Uh huh.
of
Have you
popping,
seen his
and
hits? Oh my God, they're monster. Like that's why he's called Monster Pop.
yeah,
Bah!
yeah. But also just like his approach, like to workshop, like how he positioned the material, like that, like you can actually like practice like for years. Like I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
he's a
like
great teacher.
oh,
He
this,
knows how to teach. I love my brother Haya. Yeah,
yeah.
amazing teacher.
Oh, definitely go to Jack of all trades, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully as well.
Yeah.
I'll see you there.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
you,
and
Rita?
my future is that.
No, no. I said, what about you?
My future projects plans is in February I'm gonna go to Mexico and
Oh, nice.
spend there. And now I'm working on some hip hop mix and house mix with my friends. One of my friends, Sharky, she's from Netherlands, and house mix with Serge from Belgium.
Wow, look at
So
you,
we
Mrs.
already
International right here. That's
Did with
sick.
them mixtapes before. Yeah, and then hopefully gonna go to SZ back in April. I'm really looking forward to that trip.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
so
love you
gorilla
here
fun.
in Arizona.
Hmm.
I love Arizona as well. Yeah, and if you have a chance, come to VSTF. That will happen in
That'd be sick.
August. Dates are still deciding, but yeah, in
Are you gonna
Vancouver.
be? Is Static still a part of that? DJ Static?
Site. So he was there here next last year. He was music equipment curator, and
Right,
he
right,
was
right.
spinning for kids all style battle. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
next.
Yeah. Shout outs
Yeah,
to Static and the We Funk radio
I
crew.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We Funk Radio was also like, yeah, meeting Static, like, and listening to We Funk Radio, and yeah, just like legendary
Sick.
radio that was like influenced a lot.
Hmm.
Right. Okay. And anything else you want to add on or say?
Um, we had some questions. If any of the viewers that were watching, that they had a question before. And I'll say the question
Oh,
because
yes.
it's not written down. It's not pinned anymore because we restarted. But
Oh,
the question in the chat was, what do you guys feel about, DJing strictly from streaming services like Tidal and Spotify? Like your library is all internet based. You know what I mean? Like you can choose a song from the DJ pool that's online and not having it like, you know what I mean, like physically on your laptop, like stored on your hard drive. Like what do you feel about that? Like, you as a DJ now have another tool for a music library and not having to download music, but technically it is downloading it because you have to cache it into your laptop, right? Downloading the cache music file. But yeah, like what do you guys feel about that? Like, that this technology is forever growing and changing if we're DJs.
I
Hmm.
don't feel so good about it. I know. I just feel
Why?
it's kind of lacks personal connection to the music. It's just
True.
like so, like it's just like a stream, and I don't know. I feel like it's so nice, like when you purchase something from Bandcamp and like you
Yeah.
have it, and like it's sometimes like artists like that you found like from somewhere, I don't know, like from Portugal or yeah, and probably maybe you not even gonna meet, but you kind of connected through the music. So
Yeah.
I think yeah, it's and also just I think what if the internet will go wrong on the
Right.
event? What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like
Because you already saw
yeah,
here we had bad internet and the video was frozen. So there you go. Perfect example.
Yeah, I think for me,
yeah,
like to do a whole gig with nothing but Beatport or Tidal,
Yeah.
that just gives me anxiety, man.
Right.
Because like I pay good money for the Wi-Fi we have, right?
Yeah.
Um, so like if it's just me at home just doing that for sure. But sometimes like you get to those like these venues, you're like, hey, what's your Wi-Fi password? And they're
Right.
like, yeah,
And they
you
got the
have to use the
slowest
guest.
internet.
Right. And then you look at your MacBook and it's like you don't even have like
A
one
signal.
bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're like, ugh, right?
Yeah.
So imagine doing a whole gig with that, right? And you didn't prepare whatsoever. For me when it comes to Beatport, like I use Beatport, right? But like when it comes to that, right? Like I'll just use it for like music that like was requested, but I absolutely do not want to download onto my hard drive, right? I'll just be like, you know what? I'll just let Beatport have it, and if I can play it, I can, and if I can't, I can't, right? And it's definitely giving me like some like leg up
Mm-hmm.
in some cases, right? Um, but like for me, it's just nah. I'm good, man. I
Right.
think I'll just download the 1,000 songs and like put it out my hard drive,
Yep.
and
Yeah, you love the
Yeah,
speed
cool.
of it, right? Because internet is so unreliable. I mean, even with 5G today, like they boast these speeds of like, oh, 100 meg download, upload, and you're not always gonna get that same connection, right? So I agree that it's cool to have maybe as a DJ that likes to take song requests, because then you can just like not have to download, you just search for it and click, play. But even then, like when you click play, it's not going to be instant, it has to download just a little bit first, and then it can start, downloading the rest of the song. But even then, the quality, right? It's not like 320 kilobits, you're not going to get that right away. Like with video, right? Like the bit rate, when you see it go fuzzy, it's always going to fluctuate, right? Like the consistency or the quality will fluctuate. So what if you play like a new track and then all of a sudden it sounds all like fuzzy and messed up and you're like, oh my God, that's on you as the DJ now. Everybody looks at you like, bro, you're freaking messing up. And they don't know that you're DJing from like the internet, So
Bro, you suck.
exactly. And that's the worst part about it, right? Is when you're performing and you're the center stage and they're watching you or they're listening and they're like, any and you're not, and the people that are listening to the music as you're DJing like at events and stuff, they're not just wanting to dance, right? There's some people that are other DJs and other musicians out there that are listening with a really good ear, and as soon as they hear like a bad mix, they're like,
Mm,
they're judging you right away, you're like, you
mm.
don't want to be represented as this person that doesn't know how to DJ. That's the worst part, right? It's like, what, did you just begin DJing yesterday?
They
That's
have that look. They have
that's
that
a
look like,
scary.
if it was me on the tables, I would have done that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You have those people out there, the people that are like the same people that say I wouldn't have dropped that, but then they're still shazamming your song, right? The one you just, they try to shazam your song, or what do you call it, sound hound it, like, oh, what was that track? And they like, you have a lot of dancers now that, because of the internet, they're like the tracks that you drop, and thankfully some of them they're exclusive, where you like they try to listen to it, right? They put their phone up and try to get the track. It's like, nope, it's exclusive. But anyways, that's
It's like,
my 2 cents too.
it's
Like
like
it's a good and
what's
bad
that
thing.
song what's that song that Tim Man's playing
It's
in Townhouse?
exclusive.
Like, hey, bro, this is an exclusive.
Um, we have 5 minutes left. Anything, Rita, that you wanted to bring up? Last question
Yeah,
or comments?
I wanted to ask two questions that are very important. So, first, I'm curious, why did you, Tinman, leave dancing? You told you were mentioning that you were gaming,
Yeah.
and is there a reason because you left?
Yeah, I mean, there was a reason why, because like I was at the time, it was like 2013 and all the way up to 2018, where like where when you keep working as a DJ and the love for music, there's it can only go so far to push you, right? Like when you DJ, you want to do it for the love of it, right? But then when you can't pay your rent and whatnot, like you start working and it just becomes work, right? Like you don't, and then you start to lose focus of why you started DJing, and then you notice that you lack in the event, right? Like you start to DJ a little bit worse than you originally started, So that's what was happening with me, was that like I was falling out of love with DJing because it just felt like work, because I've done like jams like the battle zone in Nanaimo and stuff, and I would DJ all day, from like 12 to 12, like 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., as the only DJ. And it would be like, damn, this just feels like work. I'm listening to thousands of tracks, and it just felt like, and it's not on Battle Zone or anything like that. It's just, that's where it was, where it just felt like at a certain point I was like, it just feels like so much work, and I don't love the music that I'm making, Like and then the dance scene at the time was getting so toxic with all the OGs fighting and all this stuff. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this. So I stepped away and I went into gaming, and I found my passion for competing again, because I didn't dance competitively anymore. So I got into competitive gaming to reignite my fire for like competition. But then even then in the gaming scene, it's so toxic there too. There's just certain like people that just like keep you're just gonna find bad or energy everywhere you go, you know. So there's no escaping it. But that was the main reason why I stepped away. And then after gaming for a couple of years and competing and winning and whatever, and losing friendships and all that stuff, I just got tired of it. Like the same thing with dance. And now like I felt like after seeing like flavor of the year, freestyle session, versus style dance like competitions and all across the world, it's like I was re-inspired to like want to like try and go back into the community. So that was definitely a calling again that I missed. So that's why I left and now I'm back because of you guys. So
Eh,
so yeah.
Glad you're back.
Yeah,
I
I'm glad
even
to be
did not
back.
know out like
We
from the
missed you.
scene. Yeah,
I appreciate it.
yeah. And we were wanted to talk about prepping for the battles.
Oh, right. Yeah. Dude, it's there's like my crates. I hope I can show you guys. Let me just unplug it. Like the way I prep is the way like Maze was saying, like uh, if I may, let me just go to my screen. Like there's there's I'll just show you my crates. Let me just open it, right? Like I set up my crates to where it's I hope that they can see. I don't know. Like there's when I create music for an event, or when I start prepping, I create the main folder, and then like I do top 16 or top 32, or I start from prelims, top 32, top 16, all the way to finals, and I put the judge showcase folder. But the way I do it is that, like you said, May, is that you create the grouping for each individual battle, and so that way you're super prepared to drop the music when ready, so you already have it curated. But the good thing about it is you can choose from each individual folder that you've created, so that way you never are wasting time. Like Rita has mentioned before, when you're prepared, you don't waste any time to the organizers, and you're going to end on time, especially when it comes to like battles that go into tiebreaker. Always prepare for the tiebreaker, like that it's going to happen, and once you have all that music ready, it's just like I have thousands of folders. I feel like I can share it to the screen. Do you guys mind if I switch it to the other screen? And I'll show you
Go for
guys.
it.
Actually, here, let me do this. Sorry guys, I'm jumbling everywhere, but I want to show you guys what it is that I do. So and bananas, thank you for tuning in. Let me go ahead and go to production review. Um, Bear with me. I know we're a little bit over on time, but I want to show you guys really quick my little tips for DJing. But and I know you can't see the screen yet, but product review. Yeah. So let me go ahead and go to this screen, and then shoot. Let's see. Let me add in audio input capture. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Rita and
Yep.
okay, and then I'm gonna share this screen. So let me go to window, and then let me go to Discord. It'll be really quick, and let me go to share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Rita, Maze.
Yeah, it's logging in for me.
Oh, is it showing the DJ?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. All right, so you can see it, right?
yeah, I can.
Okay, so what
Yeah.
I do is let me just blow it up here then. Let me just click out of here, and then I'll just put it right here. So the way I do my crates is that like For the event, I like for the Wild Sevens, right? I create the main name. And then, like I said, I make the prelims, cipher, top 16, top 8, top 4, finals, and then judge showcase, right? Are you guys seeing that?
Yeah.
And then for the prelims, I have like the groupings, right? Like maybe 10 groups go, right? And I drop each, a set of music into each one. And same thing goes for like the top 16, right? And then top 4. And then, I have it where like it has multiple songs and not just like two songs. I have like six or, five, like being over prepared. And same thing for the finals, where like you can choose based on the dancers, like, and their abilities that you can, choose different tracks. But yeah, anyways, this is how I organize mines. And this is not just for one event, right? Like I've done many popping battles, as you can see, and they're all set up like this. Like I over prepare for every one of them. Like our culture battle games right there, versus style, styles upon styles. Like I set up the same way for each one. You were there, Rita, at styles upon styles, and you
Yeah,
were
yeah,
too,
yeah.
right, Alvin?
No, I wasn't there, but I was at
Mm.
the our culture.
Yeah. So this one for the styles upon styles popping, same thing. Judge showcase, right? Prelims, right? Top 16, top 4. I set it up the same way I would. So it's like being over prepared, but like it's set up to like be, you approach it the same way and it's repeatable and you won't. Um, for me this works because I don't fail at like wasting time on finding the music to drop for the battles, right? So yeah, that's just a little glimpse into how I DJ the battles, and then go back and stop sharing my screen because it's messing it up. Um, but yeah, and there you go. Let me stop sharing my screen, and yeah, it's already stopped sharing. Cool. That's a little tidbit. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Does it help? Do you think?
Yeah, no, for sure. It does. It definitely does work. It's. I think I and we have very similar ways that we kind of organize our crates, right? Where it's
Mhm.
like the groupings, the judge showcase. One thing I also found that was very helpful as well, right? Because like sometimes you'll make your crates and then you'll be like, you know what? I want to add another song, right? So
Mhm.
what I've started doing, right, is whenever my battle folder is done,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I go based off of like, okay, if it's a single style battle, I'll put my crate closer to my popping crate, right? So
Mhm.
if I just need to go like between one or the other,
Yeah.
I can just kind of interchange as well. Or if it's like an open style, and I'm like, okay, like I kind of see what like kind of like more of like what's going on. Like, okay, maybe there's more crumpers in this battle, or there's more,
Yeah.
funk stylists, or there's more hip hop dancers, right?
Yeah.
Kind of do the same thing
Yeah.
too,
You
where
have
it's
like
like
your
I'll start
styles folders. Yeah. Like the genre.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Um, so that way, like it almost like I'm keeping it fresh for myself as well,
Right.
as keeping it fresh for everybody else, right? While also keeping it organized, so
Mhm.
it's like having a tiebreaker folder,
Yeah.
or having a prelims folder, right? And just things like that. Or even just like I know some DJs will have what they call like the whack songs folder, where it's like if no one goes up, like they just play
That's
like
tight.
Poison.
Yeah. Yeah. The wax.
Oh,
They don't deserve the good
it's a
tracks, right?
deep.
Sometimes they don't.
Say, yeah, I did too much work for you to not go first, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there should be a rule though, right? Like if a dancer wants, well, us as a DJ, we play the songs, and when it's like prelims time and people are waiting for their turn, but sometimes it's like in a grouping, right? Like let's say it's split 4 on this side and 4 on that side, and sometimes the DJ changes every 2 people, and so it's like, what if the DJ changes it, and then the song that you get is a whack song, So I've definitely seen that happen, and I've experienced that too. But anyways, Rita, what about you? How do you organize?
Yeah, also very like over prepared by
Yeah.
with the event for sure. And yeah, I like to write comments also, like just my funny things like about the song, and that helps me to like choose it like kind of energy wise. And
Uh
I
huh.
use like stars a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like I would. like also folder, like, yeah, for battles and also for the jam. And I will start to prepare just general folder of which music I want to play in this event, and then I would start to range it, like, okay, this is like so dope and fresh, I will put it in the final. This is like yeah, maybe good for jam, and like we'll sort it. And
Hmm.
then like I prepare for the tie breaks. So I want to make sure that it's not the same vibe
Right.
uh, the songs before.
Right.
So like it's totally different, and
Hmm.
that's like how I would put it in the folder,
Right.
and also like range it like with the stars and my comments, and yeah.
Yeah, to add to that, yeah, I do the same thing, and I'm pretty sure you guys do too. It's like you color you highlight the track, and you set the color to either like red for fire or like blue for mellow. So that's how I organize my tracks too within each genre. That it's either red or like really like an outstanding color that you can see when you're DJing. You're like, okay, this is like that way. Like you said, it's like writing a comment. It's a mental note saying like this is a great track. And but yeah. Um, we got, I would say, let's go for another, like, I guess we can close it out, and then we can end there. But yeah, that's a great question and great topic to discuss.
Yeah, I think
This was
it's
good.
endless preparation, and
Hmm.
it just the DJ talks can be endless because it's
Yeah,
like so many things.
yeah.
Yes.
As you can see, we're almost at 3 hours. But yeah, Rita, what else did you want to talk about or close out with? I'm leaving it to you. You're our leading host right now.
uh, yeah, it was just like any last things you want to share, and yeah, we can pretty much good to go.
Okay.
Maybe you want to share like some memorable events you were DJing and why
Oh,
it
that's a
was
good
like
one. Yeah,
so.
let's close out with that. Memorable events that we've just recently been to and whatnot. Maze?
Uh, well, I mean, I think for me, I'm just biased, right? So like hot zone, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's special
Um,
to you. That's like close to your heart because
yeah, it's like a baby, right?
yeah, yeah.
It's like my baby. It's it's a different thing when you DJ your own event rather than being hired for one,
Mm.
because it's almost like if the event sucks, it's your fault, right?
It's all on you,
Um,
baby. Yep.
it's all on you, right? So, um, like one really cool memory that I have from last Hot Zone was, I think this was the first time people really start to see that I love to DJ Afro beats,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was just like there was a full on Afro beat cipher, right? And like
Nice. Oh.
just seeing people's heads bob and like just really
Mm-hmm.
vibing to it and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
kind of brought me back to the first time I went to Just a Boo, and I don't remember who the DJ was, but they were DJing house that year,
Wow.
and that was like my first time like witnessing a house battle. And I remember like the song dropped and like I'm bobbing my head. And I'm like young. I'm like 20, 21, or whatever.
Oh
It's
my
like my
God, I
first
thought you
time
were like
traveling on
only
my own.
24.
And then I'm looking around and everyone's head is bobbing. Everyone's like
Oh, isn't that the
grooving.
best feeling? Ah,
And I was just like, yo, I wanted to do that one day. You know what I mean? Like, so being able to see that hot zone, this year, and like the cool thing about it, right, was probably 90% of the people who were at Hot Zone this year weren't even from Arizona. You know what I mean? So it's
that's
like
awesome.
just seeing
Yeah.
people vibe, just being like having a good time and
Oh,
like looking at me like, oh, yeah. And I'm just like, I was having the time of my life because I was just able to make a moment and make a memory for people, you
yeah.
know? So I'm always biased about that, right?
It's all good. It's all
Uh,
good.
you know, that's my thing.
Yeah. Um, I guess my recent memory, like, just I'm not gonna put it from back then. I'm gonna go from like what happened this year. One of my favorite memories definitely was, you know, in terms of DJing, was going back to back with DJ Razy, from SD Oceanside. Was like, he's a younger cat, right? And I love seeing the new generation rock it and kill it. And he's got dope. He's blowing up in terms of like his music production as well. And he shares that same sentiment, like when you create a hot track and then you have it to offer as exclusive, fire to the event. And going back to back with him, like seeing like, how he was rocking the beat, and we're just sharing and vibing, and just like the same thing you said, like we were going from like 90s electronic music, from like, like Alice DJ, to 90s booty shaking hip hop, to like to 80s funk, like, but same like vibe and party vibe and everything. And it's just seeing everybody rock with it. And shout outs to my brother, you guys already know, DJ or MP Art, um MC Art, MP Art. He just is the life of the party sometimes, and he knows how to like curate the movement of like people and gathering everybody in a space to just dance and have a good time. And yeah, just going back to back with him, sharing each, like we went 2 for 2, right? You play 2 tracks, he plays 2 tracks, or you play 2 tracks, right? And just going back to back, and you got to go, oh man, I like that song. Are we going there? Okay, we're definitely going there, and I'm gonna drop this track and let's see what you got. That's that's one of my favorite things to do, is like compete, but in a healthy way, in terms of like DJing and beat making too, right? Like one of my favorite things to do, and I hope to do this one day, is like maybe do like a beat competition with like Legend or Shashu, right? It's like, oh, you got that, let me do this, right? Wouldn't that be dope? Like like you got this track, all right, let's see what I got.
Oh,
But anyways,
you
that's my favorite.
to hot zone beef making competition.
There you go, that's an idea for you,
Oh.
Maze. But anyways, yeah, go ahead, Rita. Let's close it out with you, the person who led our conversation and discussion. Let's go.
Yeah, I am. First, I wanted to tell I'm excited to come to Hot Zone next year in 2024. I'm waiting for the dates. And second, yeah, I agree with Mace about DJing your own event. Actually, like last year when I almost moved from Sweden, I organized my event there, which was going like before in China and in Ukraine, Cypher
Mm-hmm.
Kila. And yeah, it was like really crazy, and I didn't know like if I'm able to DJ, but I DJ with another DJ, Sharky, with who I make mixtape now. So she was DJing like prelims and the top eights, I
Mm-hmm.
think, and I DJ the finals and the semifinals, and it was like really like, yeah, great feeling. And
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it was a really dope like closing point, because then in few days I moved from Sweden to Canada. Yeah, so, and yeah, definitely VSTF. I ended up this year to DJ backing and house category, and
Woo!
because I wanted to take part in popping, and it did not happen because like it was so many people. We were spinning 2 days, like all day.
Right.
So, but I really like, because like judges were like so responsive to the music. Like we had Latasha, she was judging house, and Boo
Mm.
Boo from France judging walking, and they were like both like hyping music and dancers, like, and it was a crazy atmosphere. Like it was really dope. Like, and it's a very good organized event. So I really advise you to come next year.
I will
Yeah.
be there.
For reals.
Yay.
Yeah, we're all gonna be there. I want to go back. I can't wait. I miss Vancouver. That's a trip that's long overdue. To my BC fam, shout outs to Siri, shout outs to Robson Square dancers, shout outs to
Or Rocks
604.
Square.
Yeah, shout outs to all my
Yeah.
604 studio. My Nanaimo fam. Steph. Yes, all of them. But dude, I guess that ends our discussion. Yeah. I just want to take this
Yeah.
time to, yeah, I just really want to say thank you to you, Rita, for putting this all together, and allowing it to be streamed on, this channel, and it's going to be shared for all to see, and we can continue the conversation. And thank you, Maze, for sharing your experience, especially the pandemic DJ. I love that name, That's what's up. There you have it, folks. You got Hot Zone. You got VSDF coming soon. Other events that are I can't wait. To see next year, especially that's boiling up in the LA dance scene as well. So yeah, with that, we're gonna close out just by saying thank you, all of you for watching, and for you watching in the future. Thank you, and I hope that this inspires you. Maybe you're aspiring to be a DJ, or just as an artist yourself. Don't lose confidence. Believe in yourself. You got it. And you have your community, like people like myself, Rita, Maze. If you have any questions for help, there's other members in the community that will help you as well. But yeah, I want to wish you happy holidays. You guys want to say a little bit of something, or you guys are good? Rita,
Uh,
Maze, you guys are good?
Make sure you follow all of us on our social media platforms.
That's right.
We'll list all of them down below.
Yep.
But yeah, it was really dope to have this. Thank you, Rita, for organizing this for real.
Yeah.
Um, I think just like I said, like in behind the scenes, I think this is a conversation that a lot of people may think that DJs have, but don't happen often,
No, not enough.
or actually don't even happen at all most times. So it's really cool to kind of like let people have a glimpse of like the thought process that like dance event DJs or DJs in general may have. So I commend you on that. That being said, thank y'all for being so attentive.
Look at
yeah.
that. Thumbs up.
Yeah, and thank you for supporting, like, and for like being part of this conversation, and it was really great. Like, I'm so happy because like I was thinking that like all the time, like last years, that is can be really lonely way to be DJ, because like you are like, especially when you're traveling, you are
Yeah.
kind of like alone, and having those conversations is like really important. Like, see like other people, other DJs, like sharing their experience and their struggles as well, and it's very empowering. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
And thank you, Rita, for repping for the females. I know we shouldn't say that, remember, but she's repping, man. She's putting in the work, and I appreciate you. And allowing us to get together and starting this conversation, because it's gonna be one of many. So, but yeah, with that, I guess we're closing out. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're gonna drop all links of people we've mentioned, and especially ours, in the description in the video. So look forward to that. And again, take care and be safe. Much love to everybody. Peace.
Much love. Thank you.
10 Man on the beat.
Real quick.
Oh, okay. I'll change it back. So we're back, but we're actually leaving. See you guys later.
10 Man on the beat.